This is one of the biggest barrages of drones and missiles Russia has launched since the war began. The wail of air raid sirens, then the fires lighting up the night sky over Kiev and other Ukrainian cities. For hours, wave after wave of drones and missiles. Moscow had spent days warning retaliation was coming. Overnight, it arrived.
I went out into the corridor with the phone, and before I understood what happened, everything fell on my head. The glass and the door blew out.
All I could hear in the distance was my wife's scream. I crawled over the fragments. Thank God we're alive.
As emergency workers responded to the attack, the Kremlin said these strikes were revenge for a Ukrainian drone attack, which it claims hit a college dormitory in the Russian-controlled Luhansk region, killing 21 students. For Ukrainians, the warning had brought days of anxiety. President Zelensky renewing his appeal to Western allies.
Потрібні результати по кожній країні, яка може нам допомогти.
We need results from every country that can help us. The intelligence warning regarding Russian strikes remain in effect. Our defenders of the sky are ready 24/7.
The Kremlin wants to demonstrate it can still escalate the conflict despite more than 4 years of war and despite increasingly costly setbacks. It has been striking Ukrainian cities for years, trying to break the will of the population. But these mass assaults are becoming more frequent at a time when there are questions over Ukraine's stocks of interceptors. Ukraine's military, though, is increasingly confident. Its deep and repeated strikes into Russian territory are causing massive economic pain, destroying oil infrastructure. And in terms of negotiations, the diplomacy is at a standstill. But the Kremlin remains defiant, demanding the conflict ends on its terms.
If the
Kyiv regime deliberately commits such inhumane terrorist acts against civilians and children that are beyond the pale of humanity, that is a completely different paradigm. You see that systemic attacks are being carried out on the military infrastructure of the Kyiv regime, on Kyiv, on other cities. This practice will continue.
But the risk in this war with no seeming end, in which Vladimir Putin continues to fail to reach even his limited military objectives, is further dangerous escalation. And this is what that means: a worsening campaign of terror in residential areas against Ukraine's civilian population. Alex Rossi, Sky News.